A lot of y'all right now saying, yeah, Lester, it's true. You act like you're trying too hard. Would you rather me try less? Seriously, would you like me more if I just tried less? Who in life has ever accomplished and achieved anything by trying less? Yeah, I try more. I try more. I try more every day. It offended me, and I wrote her back. Oh, I was mean. I was mean, y'all. I was so mean. God's gonna punish me for that. All kids need to leave the room now. Does it make you feel like the first time you ever had a little SCX?
Not even close.
Oh, not even close? Not even close to that.
No.
Okay. When it comes to family relations, and sometimes parents don't always see eye to eye with their children. And I know for a fact that y'all heard the bell. And, buddy, you're safe with me, buddy. I thank you. I do. I thank you. I thank you. I'll never stop thanking you for believing in me and for being there for me, especially during those times when I needed you the most. For those late night messages when I was having some dark thoughts and when I just didn't think I had anything left, and it was many of you that were able to help me, remind me to say, mind, shut up. Just shut up. And body, let's go. Because that's what it boiled down to a lot. Was just having to tell my mind to shut up and stop messing with me and stop playing these scary games. And instead, just tell my body, no matter how sore or how tired or how defeated, get up and go, God damn. But I want to give you a warning about today's video. Jake and I found ourselves on a cold, wet, and miserable day. And we're working in the barn, and in this process, we start having a little guy talk, which is totally normal. And I made a video of some jokes that I told Jake. Totally inappropriate, inappropriate, and very unbecoming of I'm a Survivor Sanctuary. But they're also funny. They're also very funny. Anyway, I'm going to call the video Guy Talk, but I'm going to tell you right now that you have been warned to go watch another video if this is going to offend you. I did make a video about how proud I am of you, but I want to ask you, I haven't gotten your reaction to any of this kind of stuff yet. How do you feel when you look at a finished product like this?
I don't know how to describe it.
You can't describe it?
I feel good.
Okay, so let me put some words into your mouth then. Does it feel like, okay, I don't mean this in a mean way, so all kids need to leave the room now. Okay. Does it make you feel like the first time you ever had a little SCX?
Not even close.
Oh, not even close? Not even close to that. No. Okay, hold on. Well, hold on. Why are you giggling and laughing for?
No, keep going. What other... Oh, God.
Okay, well, hold on.
I should have answered it myself. I should have let you put words in my mouth.
Then you should have answered yourself. Jake, I'm going to ask you a question real fast. And let's just keep focused here, guys. Jake, hold out your hand for a minute. I want to see if I can read your body language here. Pretend like there are three ladies, tiny ladies in your hand. There's a blonde, there's a brunette, and there's a redhead. Just imagine for a minute, okay?
Oh, okay.
I am going to read your facial expressions here so you can try to get a straight, serious face. I want you to take your other hand and very gently pick up whichever one you want to pick up first. All right, don't even tell me which one. Now, sort of like put her close to your eye.
To my eye?
Just about, okay, now hold on. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. Does that sort of feel like the first time you had, sex?
No.
No. Okay, put her back then. Do you know which one that was, right? Okay, pick up another one. I don't care which color, a hair. All right. Why don't you hold her right, Jake? You're holding her by her hair.
That's what I feel like I'm doing.
No, pick her up by her waist or something. Thank you. Now put her close to your eye or by your face. You know, just rub her against your cheek there. Does that feel like, not so rough, Jake? Does that feel like the first time you had sex?
No.
No?
No.
Not even that? Okay, well, you only got one left. What are you giggling about? Take the third and final one. Pick her up gently, please. Put her up there beside your face. Nice and gently rub her across your cheek. Does that one there feel like the first time you had sex?
No.
Okay, hold on, then you're doing it all wrong. Put her back in your hand. Do me a favor. Close your hand, not too hard. Now shake them up real good. Shake them up. Does that feel like the first time you ever had sex? He's not working today. I'm just getting home from filling up all of the diesel and the gas cans. I filled the tractor up. I have put all of this on this trailer. I cleaned this area out and I did all of that. I sent Jake on one simple mission. I sent Jacob on one simple mission. Oh, I did all this. I brought some boxes up. I've unloaded the side-by-side. I sent Jake on one simple mission to get a couple of things from the feed store. Jake, where'd you have breakfast at? Where'd you stop and eat breakfast?
Whataburger.
Was she a cute little waitress or what? Because what took you so long? A guy named Jason. Okay, I have been working my tail off around here. I've done so much alone in the freezing cold. Look at my hands, Jake. Look at my hands. I give him a hard time, but he really does help me a lot. Let me tell y'all, let's talk about Jake a little bit. Okay, I could focus on the not cool Jake part. Hey, little girl, your dad is gone. You need to go home. No, she's not finished eating yet. She's going to hang around with Uncle Lester for a little bit. There's been a lot of people. Let me set my camera down. There's been a lot of people asking me some questions about a lot of things, and about half of those relate to Jake. Okay, so there's probably about 3 questions that we get asked a whole lot that have to do with family relations more so than anything else. And ultimately, I don't really think that family relations is something that this channel would ever or needs to ever focus on. But if the question continually comes up, then it's obvious that it's probably on a lot of people's minds. And so I have no qualms with discussing little bits here and there. Let me walk over and look at this pig. Copper. And they've asked a lot about Jake. Lord, I'm trying to make a semi-serious video here. And it's not easy when you have so many babies who want to be a part of the video. But Daniel and Jake, they have their father and son riffs. I like to call them riffs. They're not arguments, they're not fights. But there's a lot of times when parents don't always see eye to eye with their kids. And there's times when kids don't. Ringo, just sit down. We're having a very serious discussion. Guys, a lot of times kids don't see eye to eye with their parents. Everyone knows that. And don't think that you are any different than any of us over here in the fact that if you're a mom and you have children, especially teenage children, then it's very likely that you don't always see eye to eye with them. Ouch. And then, and you don't have to. I don't think there's any rule that says that we always have to agree with each other on things. But a lot of times when you don't see eye to eye with your parents, it kind of puts you at odds. And so you may not spend as much time in each other's presence as what you normally would, but it doesn't mean you don't love your parents and your parents don't love you. It's just that you don't really see eye to eye on a lot. And I think that most everyone knows that me and my dad don't have a whole lot of things in common, as far as me and my dad have not seen eye to eye on a lot of things in a very long time. It doesn't mean that I don't love my dad. I think that I've talked about my dad and all the things I've learned from my dad in so many videos, yet you don't see me and my dad together very often because, in fact, he and I don't do much together. I try to be the best son that I can be, and I still try to, I do not, I would never not do my duties as a son to my mom and my dad. But the same is true with Jake and his dad. And, they may not do a lot of stuff together, and they may not see eye to eye on a lot of stuff. But the beauty of that is that Jake still loves his dad, and Daniel still loves Jake. They just have a few riffs every once in a while. The same, me and my dad have a few riffs. The same with it, Ellie and I have a few, we can disagree on things and may not see eye to eye on a whole lot. But that's life. We try not to discuss a whole lot of personal things because we don't want you to see the drama side of our family. We'd rather not. The same way you wouldn't want everyone to see the drama side of your family. But that's the beauty of the fact that we are who we say we are, and we are real. And there's nothing different about us and our family relations than you and your family relations. Something else that a lot of people have asked about is the fact that LE is not near as involved in I'm a Survivor as what my nephew Jake is, and they want to know why. And a lot of people have thought that, or they've actually even said, don't you wish that LE was more like Jake? And absolutely not. I'll say that again, and I hope that you hear me loud and clear when I say that I am very proud of LE for being exactly who he is. This kind of hurts, baby. I'm going to have to make my way off these ground because they think that I'm a play toy. They think that I'm just going to be the play toy. And there we go. Okay, as long as you lay down, you're good. So, don't go to extremes. Oh no. Why did I do that? Guys, just don't focus a whole lot on my footwear. Let's try to get focused back on what we were talking about. I remember, I'm going to paraphrase. I'm paraphrasing a quote that someone said they said, it looks like Jake is following more in your footsteps than what your own son is. And I don't know if that was intended to be mean or whatever, but I hope that you guys remember that before Hurricane Harvey, which was 4 years ago, what I did for a living was I taught school, I coached, and I had a small hobby farm with just a few animals. Guess what, y'all? Ellie is going to school to be a teacher and a coach, and Ellie will have himself a small hobby farm. Ellie is following exactly in my footsteps, but he's making even bigger ones because LE can do something that I've not been able to do. Build relationships with people, and he has a relationship with Jesus. And so whatever footprints you think that Lester may have left before Hurricane Harvey, I can promise you something. LE is filling every one of those and leaving even bigger ones. And I love him. I can see a job that Jake has done, and I can beam with pride in seeing what quality workmanship Jake did and how he took something that I taught him and he did it for himself. I'm just not in the mood for all this right now. I'm having a very serious conversation And this is not helping at all. People might want to hear this. I have a feeling that some people might want to know what's going on here. And there's not a lot you can hear when I'm trying to talk and I'm having to compete with all of this around me. Okay. I think that they're gone. Nope, there's one more. Ah! 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 That's the mail! That's the mail! That's the mail! Ah! Grey Goose started all of that. She told them to do that. I will not turn my back on them. Sorry. L.E. is making a lot bigger footsteps than what his dad made. And let's not forget something else also, that I'm only here doing what I'm doing now because of Hurricane Harvey. If Hurricane Harvey had not happened and I had not been caught up in that moment and made that one particular video, then guess what? I would still be a 50-year-old man. I'd still be teaching school, coaching in the afternoons, and running a small hobby farm. And you would have never heard of me. I was doing this a long time before Harvey, and I'll be doing it a long time. I always say this, I'll be doing this a long time after you guys have gotten bored with the page and moved on. I beam with pride over L.E. A lot of times. He comes home and he shows me his college transcripts after a long, hard semester. And I beam with pride when I see the scores, the grades that he's making in his classes. I beam with pride when I go to one of his flag football games that he's coaching, and I beam with pride when he pulls something out of his hat, a trickery play, or he finds a way to win a game that by all means he shouldn't win. I beam with pride when he loses a game, but I see he learns something from that losing experience. I beam with pride over L.E., with obviously, with the way his relationship with Megan. He's such a loyal and just a good-hearted man. And he's a lot better 22-year-old than I was at the age of 22. I can promise you that. I can promise you that. L.E.'s never come home drunk. He's never come home high. He's never, ever said things that were disrespectful to his mother. And I'll tell you what, as a parent, I couldn't be more proud. But do he and I sometimes have arguments? Yeah. Does he sometimes choose not to spend time here with his dad? Yeah. And that makes us normal. That makes us just as normal as you. I asked earlier if you had, if any of y'all have had kids who've gone through their teenage years, and you've also experienced some moments where you don't get along so well. But now let's flip it around. Let's flip it around to you as a child. I'm hoping that your parents are still with you, but if your parents... I see a piece of trash. But I know for a fact that at some point in your lives, you had to have argued and fought with your parents. This is one of those little gel packs that come with the worms, and sometimes we scoop them up accidentally and we pour them out with the feed. I know for a fact that you have argued and disagreed with your parents at times. Guess what? So have I. I feel like I have let my parents down. I feel like I sometimes can't live up to their expectations. I sometimes feel like no matter what good you do, they always would like you to do more. And I bet you have felt the same way. I bet that you have felt like you've let your parents down, and I bet like, oh, this is gonna be mean. I bet that you have been let down by your parents. Guess what? You're no different than I am. You're no different than I am. No different at all. And so that's the same way Jake is with his parents, the same way Ellie is with me. And his mom, the same way Lex will be when he gets to that age where he starts, having more of a teenage mentality. So that's just life, you guys. That's just life. We just hope that our kids will love us and understand that we're not always going to see eye to eye. And my hope is that whenever Ellie does go, quote unquote, astray, not astray in a worldly sense, but just astray from the way we do things here, that he'll find his way back. And the same way that eventually when Lex gets older and he finds himself being led astray, he will find his way back. He'll take all of the lessons that he's learned, all of the memories from a wonderful childhood, and he'll make his way back. So I think that that's really all you can ever hope for, is that, well, you never give up on your kids, and you hope that your parents never give up on you. Isn't it neat, though, how here we are 4 years into I'm a Survivor Sanctuary. 2 of those years we've been making the videos for money, monetizing our videos. And how much life has changed, y'all. How much different life is for us here now that we're making a little bit of money and we're able to do things. And that's been something else. I might as well go ahead and address this right now. That's been something else that a lot of people are very upset about, or maybe not upset, but there's been a lot of talk about it, is how they liked us more in the old days. They liked us more before, and just fill in the blank. I liked you guys more, beep, but 9 times out of 10, it comes back to I liked you guys more. You ready for this? Without them ever saying it, before you made money. People liked us more. They can say it in so many different ways, but what it boils down to is they liked us more before we made money. And it makes me kind of self-reflect. I'm like, okay, well, you know what? I did. I took every penny that I've ever made off of YouTube. And I've told you this before. I've taken every penny that I ever made off of YouTube, my YouTube videos. And, that's not sanctuary money. That's Lester Morrow money. And I turned it into an investment, a dream of mine, Longhorn Lesters. Now, let me just go ahead and say this. If I did not have a YouTube channel, and if I had not been making money off of YouTube for the last 2 years, then I would have never been able to fulfill or begin that part of my dream. I would have had to have found a way to make it work here. But the fact that I have made some money and I feel like I've invested it pretty wisely. Okay, the Humvee was probably not so wise. The Humvee, let's just say that the Humvee might have not been my smartest of investments. But as far as the Longhorn Lesters and investing in land, buy dirt, y'all. Buy dirt. There's a song, and I know that you know the song. I know that my friend and mentor talked about it whenever he invested in property. You buy dirt. And my dad's always said that, you could take $100 and go off and blow it at the bar. And the next day, seriously, the next day you have nothing to show for it. You take that same $100 and you go invest it in something in your property. Some kind of landscaping, some kind of getting something built that you needed. And guess what? You've just improved the quality, the value of your home. And so anytime you ever invest in your property, it's not a bad investment. But no, there are people that have asked a lot of questions about things and have kind of changed the way they see us because of some things. And it's funny because no matter how much you may say the money, whatever, has changed the types of videos that you see, you're still seeing videos every day. You're still seeing animal videos every day. I'll tell you this is the most recent email. I don't get it for anything. The lady was talking about how she used to enjoy the videos back when we only talked about the farm animals. But she says, now it's like you're trying too hard. Those are her words. Those are not mine. I'll put the message on here. And a lot of y'all right now saying, yeah, Lester, it's true. You act like you're trying too hard. Would you rather me try less? Seriously, would you like me more if I just tried less? Who in life has ever accomplished and achieved anything by trying less? Yeah, I try more. I try more. I try more every day. It offended me, and I wrote her back. Oh, I was mean. I was mean, y'all. I was so mean. God's gonna punish me for that, I feel like. But it hurt. It offended me. It offended me by saying that she liked it better before I began to try so hard. And the fact that I've told y'all a number of times that I make my living now off of videos. Because, you know, you already know that the Facebook money is the nonprofit that goes to everything here at I'm a Survivor as far as vets. I've already had this talk with y'all too many times, but YouTube is my money. And I've invested my money, and I'm fulfilling and making a lifelong dream come true of a beautiful piece of property where I'm going to take my longhorns that are not the rescues, and I'm going to give them a really, really great home with some rolling hills and a big wide river in the back of the property. Build a little, barn, and there's already a place for, a little garage thing and a spot to camp out. And you know what? I do try hard. And I'm going to keep trying hard for as long as you guys stick around. And I'm never going to be complacent with where I'm at or where I was. And so I don't really know exactly where this video started and where it's going. But what I will say is this. You're no different than I am. And I'm no different than you are. We go through our issues. We go through our struggles. We go through life's ups and downs. I guess today was focused more on relationships with your kids and with your parents, and sometimes the rifts that exist between us. It kind of evolved into people and some of their comments about the fact that they liked us better when, and that led into, guess what? Even back when, I still had issues with my parents. Me and Ellie still had our little rifts here and there. Jake and his dad still had arguments. The same way that you and your parents and your kids have and will have arguments. We're not that different, y'all. Even with money, guess what? I still have my health issues. I still deal with the anxiety and the depression. Even with money, I still have to try to have less Dr. Peppers and less whole milk. And I have to try to exercise 5 times a week. I have to watch what I eat, and all that is with money. I'm very blessed, y'all. I don't know if there's anybody who will tell you more than I do how blessed I am, because the footsteps that I'm creating now, talking back about footsteps, or footsteps that I never, ever, ever thought that I would ever make. And so I feel like the videos that I make, the try hard videos that I make, I think they do help people. I think there's people that get a gift from seeing the animals, all of the antics. And I think that people are equally blessed by, seeing that we're looking and always striving to give the babies their best life. And I don't apologize for any of that. I thank you. I do. I thank you. I thank you. I'll never stop thanking you for believing in me, and for being there for me, especially during those times when I needed you the most. For those late night messages when I was having some dark thoughts and when I just didn't think I had anything left, and it was many of you that were able to help me, remind me to say, mind, shut up. Just shut up. And body, let's go. Because that's what it boiled down to a lot. Was just having to tell my mind to shut up and stop messing with me and stop playing these scary games. And instead, just tell my body, no matter how sore or how tired or how defeated, get up and go, God damn it. And guess what? Here I am 2 years later. Now that I'm making some money, and it's still the positive comments and the sweet messages and the letters and the cards that remind me to sometimes have to tell my mind to shut up. And it tells my body to get up and go. And I also get up and go when Ringo comes around. It's also Ringo that gets me up and going. I don't know what today's video was about. I don't know what the focus was. I don't even know where it started. I try to make my videos into kind of a theme. A beginning, a middle, and an end. The same way we always taught our kids to write their stories. You know, when they would create it. Okay. I'm going to end this video now. I feel like it's been a long one where I've done nothing but rambled on for a while. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for loving me. Thank you for loving him. And for all of them. And for all of these guys. But especially me. Because I need it more than they do. Thank y'all. For real.